your girl on Breathing and back in the reaction. You can see by the title, we are doing part 2 to the whole Yungeen, Ace, and Foolio, the demons of Duval County. If you ain't see part 1, it'll be up here. But I'm finishing this video because it was long. I think the one I did was like 14 minutes, so I had to cut it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to be too long. But we just gonna get right into this. And also, I just saw what's his name? Oh yeah, even though this has nothing to kind of do with them, but I saw Ace interview with No Jumper, and I'm finding out that Ace literally just met Wappa and Spin. Like, I think he said he met Spin in September and he met Wap in October, and I was just like, this whole time I'm thinking, nah, they like knew each other since like for years. Nope. When I said that, when I heard that, I was like, I'm like, he gotta be joking. Like, he was dead ass. It's recorded. But I was like, what? Y'all, oh my god. And this ain't in the video. I'm not even cutting this out. I didn't even turn my speaker on, and I'm over here trying to screen record. How is y'all gonna hear? Matter of fact, let me see, because I don't really turn on my speaker. Let me see if it's loud enough.
A few months later, one of Ace.
Alright, so it's gonna be a no speaker video because it's loud enough, and some people are sleeping, so let me just use my computer. Alright.
Benz was out on a mission, looking to avenge a robbery that had happened to him. He knew exactly where the robber was, on the west side of Jacksonville, at Foolio's cousin's house. So he snuck into the house, throwing a brick through the sliding door.
Wait, alright.
This was an open invitation to anyone opposing ATK to retaliate. Not long after, Ace's home was shot up, but the tipping point was soon to come. A few months later, one of Ace's friends was out on a mission, looking to avenge a robbery that had happened to him. He knew exactly where the robber was, on the west side of Jacksonville, at Foolio's cousin's house. So he snuck into the house, throwing a brick through the sliding door, entering from the back, where he began shooting. No mask, no gloves. He couldn't get who robbed him, and instead he ended up killing Foolio's cousin, Zion, and wounding a 9-year-old girl. If this was the start of a war, Zion's death was the catalyst. Not long after, Zion's sister was shot 14 times in an attempt to prevent her from going to trial and testifying. She miraculously survived, and Yungeen Ace's friend who did the shooting was sentenced to life. But things were just getting started.
I'm sorry.
Cousin's house. So he snuck into the house, throwing a brick through the sliding door, entering from the back, where he began shooting. No mask, no gloves. He couldn't get who robbed him, and instead he ended up killing Foolio's cousin, Zion, and wounding a 9-year-old girl. If this was the start of a war, Zion's death was the catalyst. Not long after, Zion's sister was shot 14 times in an attempt to prevent her from going to trial and testifying.
Oh, so she was the 9-year-old. Or she was, but that's, dang, he didn't care. He was like, whoever robbed me in this house, I don't care if you're home or not.
Miraculously survived, and Yungeen Ace's friend who did the shooting was sentenced to life. But things were just getting started. Foolio's cousin being the first death in the beef meant KTA were looking to get revenge swiftly. They needed to make an example. Ace's music was starting to pick up steam. His new song, F That, was getting millions of views on WorldStar in mere days. Fans were already comparing him to Youngboy. Then a week later, this happened.
4 young men were in this car when they were shot. The vehicle
a week later after he blew up,
opened fire, then took off. And one is in critical condition at the hospital.
Keontae Bullard, the only survivor of the quadruple shooting.
And this is sad, bro. It's the fact that like I don't know if it's the same time, but they arrested him. Right? Like, he just got shot. He just lost all his friends that was with him, bro. And like,
June of 2018, Ace, his brother, and 2 friends were going to Wasabi, a Japanese steakhouse, for Ace's friend's 18th birthday. Everyone was in good spirits, taking photos. It was a celebration. But little did they know, the whole time they were under surveillance. Rivals had found out their location because of Ace's Instagram story, taking photos outside the steakhouse. Ace even recorded his friends eating inside the restaurant and posted that too. So their enemies waited outside, watching them eat, then followed them leaving the restaurant, driving along the highway. When they got to a red light,
I still hope he don't blame himself for that, because like even like the whole Pop Smoke situation, bro, is like, especially like when you're a rapper, you're in the streets, bro. Even if you're a regular ass person, bro, you have to, like, if you out and you wanna, you know what I'm saying, everybody wanna record, have a good time, wait till you leave that spot, bro. Then that's when you do all your posting. Like, I mean, he probably wasn't even thinking that, but like, yeah, I feel like a lot of us probably don't even think like that. Back then we not with it, but now it's like you really gotta think about it, because you don't know, you could be a whole normal ass person, bro, and somebody's on Instagram is watching you, bro. Like, I'm telling you, if you somewhere, don't post, don't go live unless, you know what I'm saying, but don't go live, don't post until you already done left an hour. You home. You know what I'm saying? You home.
Shooters opened fire on the passenger side of Ace's car, killing his 2 best friends and his brother, leaving Ace in critical condition. It was a quadruple shooting, and Foolio got the news before anyone else did, except he thought Ace was dead.
Boy lost the Fortnite match. Chill code up, man. Cold summer alert, man. 2-3 pack, man. Ace pack, bitch.
Of course, Ace survived, but he lost everything. His brother and his 2 best friends.
He might have
The
survived,
intention,
but
however, was helping grow his career. NBA YoungBoy would FaceTime him to record a song, and it also motivated Ace to make his biggest record ever, called Pain, which went viral and as we speak has 50 million views on YouTube. But the blood spilling was not over. Every time Ace would drop a song, his rival YNR Mookie would use the same song titles to make a diss track. The Jacksonville police even created a whole new department called the Violence Reduction Strategy Team, whose whole job was to basically comb through music videos from both camps looking for clues. The assistant chief even said in an interview, "I don't think the primary goal is to entertain, but they are making real rap music." And at the top of the next year, in February 2019, Foolio's little brother Bibby was the next target for assassination. Bibby was just 16 at the time, and he was coming home from school one day in his own neighborhood on the north side of Jacksonville at the Hilltop Apartments. He was sitting on a gazebo in the courtyard of his complex with a friend. The two were looking at their phones when all of a sudden, pounding gunfire erupted. Bibby and his friend dropped the phone and jumped. Both started running in different directions, frantically looking for cover. A total of 60 rounds was shot in under 15 seconds. Bibby was killed instantly. A year later, when the court documents were unsealed, the police named Queso as the gunman responsible for Bibby's murder, saying that they drove for hours, circling the complex, parking, waiting, until finally springing out and unleashing Draco rounds in Bibby's direction. Then Queso allegedly walked up to Bibby, who was on the ground, shielding himself from the gunfire, and executed him at close range, before fleeing the apartment complex in a gray Nissan. The court documents also mention Queso's affinity for wearing Bibby jerseys, and posting it to his IG page in celebration. Queso's bond is currently set at $4 million. For Foolio, losing his brother and his cousin in a short period of time was devastating.
For what? See, I didn't know he had a bond. Even if he had a bond, who's paying $4 million? Real today for you. No, let me stop. But $4 million, they did that for a reason. It's not even the fact that because of the crime. It probably is because of the crime, but it's also because they know who has $4 million. And isn't that still, even if you like knock it down, because like I think called bondsmen, like they help you pay whatever, they pay half or whatever. $4 million, bro. They probably gonna, I don't think they paying $4 million. I don't think they gonna pay $1 million, $2 million. That's a hope. Them cops, that's telling, not the cops, the judge be knowing what they were doing. $4 million, they probably was like, yeah, he don't got it or he don't got it there, we gonna give him $4 million. But other people, when they be doing stuff to kids, and I don't be hearing no $4 million, but whatever.
But 2019 was also the year his music was going to the next level. 1 million views, back to back to back, consistently. And he was doing it all independent. Foolio was a big deal in Florida, but not
both
quite big
independent
enough to be touring the country on his own. Unlike his rival Yungeen Ace, who was booking shows in multiple states. Just a month after Foolio's brother died, Ace was performing at a nightclub in Waycross, Georgia. Him and his crew went back to the hotel to relax by the pool when they were suddenly ambushed. An SUV pulled up and a group of guys hopped out shooting. Queso was there and didn't hesitate for 1 second to shoot back. One of Queso's boys, Rallo, died at the pool in that.
I don't even think I heard about this one. But, I mean, of course, he's not going to hesitate to shoot. If somebody's shooting you back and you have it on you, even if it's not registered or whatever, I'm shooting back too. I'll deal with the consequence later. I am not about to be done.
No. Only Ace's side got arrested for shooting back. The other gunmen were found by police. Case guys hopped out shooting. Queso
Oh, because they stayed. Because if they probably didn't stay, they probably would have never got caught.
And didn't hesitate for 1 second to shoot back. One of Queso's boys, Rallo, died at the pool in that shootout. Only Ace's side got arrested for shooting back. The other gunmen were never found by police.
Oh, they was never found. Yeah, because I feel like if they probably stayed because of course like your friend is like on the ground. But I feel like they still shouldn't. I mean, it depends on their situation, but okay. Because if their friend wasn't on the ground, they probably would have been like gone.
Who would say the quiet part out loud in his song Been Dead, where the lyrics go, "Should've killed me in Waycross, they hopped out with the K's. Me and Scotty busting back, we were on the same page." That's the same music video where he puts his cousin Lil 9 in the microwave. A month after dropping this song,
I'm telling you, when you watch these videos, the lyrics be like, oh, okay.
Was arrested for a whole different murder alongside his father, who was charged with accessory after the fact. Allegedly, they were getting revenge on a rival rapper named PTA Lil Buck, who dissed Queso's older brother that died in a van full of Queso's relatives when 2 cars rolled up, blocking them off, and put 100 bullets inside the car. Lil Buck was Foolio's close friend and a high-priced target that ATK got the drop on, allegedly rolling up at 11 in the morning while he was applying for a job to assassinate him. Queso posted to his Insta story right after, saying, "I kill a dude, then get my toes done."
Receiving a pedicure with the cap.
And this is what I mean by, how do people even know where you at, bro? This is what I mean, like, by social media. Like, you can't post I mean, they probably just watching. They probably, like, you have to really be watching somebody to find them. And I'm not talking about on Instagram. I mean, like, real life. You see them, you watching them. Where they go, what they do, you know what I'm saying? Just watching it every move. On Instagram, of course, Instagram gonna tell, cause
kill a N-word, then go get my toes done.
This wasn't the first hit done outside a job site. Another rapper, Jump Out, who beefed with Yungeen Ace and ATK, was killed while waiting in line to apply for a job at an Amazon warehouse.
Wait, both of them?
To the infamous line on Who I Smoke.
I could have sworn the other one was at a mall, and
found out where he was working and clocked him out. The war had escalated to a point where, no matter where they were, no matter who it was, one side was shooting at the other, and the other would shoot back. We can count a dozen of Foolio's friends who are locked up, and YNR Mookie and Slugga T are behind bars too. Even Foolio's girlfriend got shot in the head.
Y'all thought I was dead. Y'all ain't underscored this yet, boy.
And to this day, Yungeen Ace still has a bullet casing in his butt from the quadruple shooting outside the Wasabi Steakhouse. That's it for this video. Let me know what you want me to do.
I didn't even know all that. But I was about to say, he said they shooting everywhere. It's clear that they are. But please leave the innocent kids out of this, because that's sad that his sister got shot 14 times, bro. And she was only 9. That's crazy. But leave the little kids out of this. But if you guys want me to react to any more videos like this, I got y'all. Please don't make them too long, because I saw one, like I said, one's an hour, and that shit too long. But if you guys like this reaction, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, turn that post notification bell on so you know when I upload a brand new video. And I'll see you guys in my next video.